Every morning is a chance to be reborn. You don't need a major life event. You don't need to run from your past. Just open your eyes, take a deep breath, and you already have the chance to choose yourself again. Life isn't always gentle, and neither is the mind, but even in chaos and noise, you can find a place no one else can touch. A steady inner core, unshaken by the storms around you. That kind of peace doesn't happen in a moment. It's a daily practice, a path you walk, one step at a time. Listen to this every morning like a ritual. Let it be your compass, a reminder that peace doesn't come from a calm world, but from the power to steady yourself within it. Stoicism isn't a religion, and it's not some abstract philosophy. It's a way to live, a toolkit to help you stay clear-headed, courageous and wise, in a world that never stops shifting. In this video, you'll walk through 5 daily practices, affirming your self-worth, connecting to your breath and gratitude, facing your fears, and creating an action plan with clarity and determination. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." You don't need to control everything, just control yourself. And from there, day by day, you'll become truly free. Number 1. Affirm your inner strength every morning. I am each morning before the world demands anything from you. Give yourself permission to affirm who you are. A short, simple phrase, but it carries the core of your inner strength, because in the moment you say "I am," you're taking back the power to define yourself instead of letting life do it for you. Not all of us wake up feeling confident. Sometimes there's a sense of emptiness, confusion, or even worthlessness showing up before the sunlight even touches the room. And that's exactly why affirming yourself at the very start of your day is essential. It's like a system reset. Instead of letting your mind fall into the loop of doubt, anxiety, or insecurity, you choose to reprogram your thoughts with purposeful and positive language. I am powerful and present in my own life. This isn't a hollow chant, it's a conscious choice. When you repeat it, you're retraining your mind. I am not passive. I don't let others dictate my emotional state. I am here fully present and strong enough to do what I know is right. That's the clearest expression of Stoic strength, self-mastery in the face of everything that's imperfect around you. In Stoic philosophy, self-control is always the center. We cannot control the world, but we can control how we respond to it. Your morning affirmation is the first action of the day that reflects this control. It's like opening a door where inside you shape your attitude, your mindset, and how you'll move through the next 24 hours. I am at peace with the uncontrollable things happening in my life. Maybe something unexpected will happen today. Maybe someone will let you down. Maybe the plans you've made will fall apart, and that's okay. When you repeat this affirmation, you're not denying reality. You're choosing peace within it. And that's the deepest connection to the Stoic spirit. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and philosopher, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That statement is the heart of all modern Stoic affirmation. When you realize that your mind is the only territory you truly govern, you stop wasting energy on what isn't yours to control: other people's judgments, rejections, the world's chaos. You start being in your body in the moment, and from there your inner strength begins to return. An "I am" statement isn't just a form of self-comfort. It's a tool, a hammer striking the stone foundation of your mind each morning, to fight off the rust of doubt and skepticism. Every day you have the power to redraw the map of your inner world, and it begins with your own voice. It might start as a whisper, but if it's consistent, it's stronger than all the noise outside. Affirmations don't have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler the better. What matters isn't what you say for others to hear, it's what you say to yourself. In Stoicism, this is where philosophy meets action. Marcus Aurelius once said, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." When you affirm "I am," you're not just declaring your value, but your direction. Where you aim is what you become. If you often feel unsure of yourself, stuck in criticism or comparison, try starting your morning with 3 affirmations. Breathe steadily. Place your hand on your chest. Close your eyes and say, "I am enough. I am steady. I am moving forward." You don't have to shout, but you do have to believe gradually, bit by bit. And after a few days, a few weeks, the words you once repeated like a ritual will become a living truth inside you. Being stoic doesn't mean being numb. On the contrary, it's the height of controlled emotion, and affirmations are the first step to learning how to befriend yourself. When you feel that you are enough, you stop trying to please everyone else. When you feel at peace, you no longer need the world to be perfect in order to smile. The world may be chaotic, but the morning is yours. If you use those first 10 minutes to affirm your awareness, your strength, and your resolve, nothing during the day can knock you off course. It's not magic, it's a choice. Remember, you might forget your phone at home, miss an appointment, or have a rough day, but never forget to affirm yourself. And if there's one thing worth hearing every single day, it's what you say to yourself. I am the author of my life. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Number 2, breathe. Be grateful. Radiate energy. Every morning is a chance to begin again. No need for a perfect past and no guarantee of the future. All you need is this present moment and one choice: to start your day with intention, or to let it carry you away aimlessly. In a chaotic world, a peaceful morning feels like a luxury, but according to Stoic philosophy, peace doesn't come from the outside. It starts from within. From the way you breathe, the way you feel, and the way you look ahead. So I'll guide you through a simple yet powerful spiritual ritual. The 3-3 practice. It includes 3 minutes of breathing, 3 moments of gratitude, and 3 goals in vision. A cycle that takes just 10 minutes each morning, but it can transform how you live the next 24 hours. First 3 minutes of breathing, owning the first moment, starting the day with your breath, is a declaration. I am present. I am awake. I am in charge of this moment. Breath is the first thing you receive when you're born and the last thing you release when you go. In Stoicism, the core principle is to control what is within your grasp, and your breath is exactly where that control begins. Sit up straight. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply, evenly, slowly. Then exhale without rushing. Repeat for 3 minutes. No need to count, no pressure. Fill yourself with oxygen. Visualize oxygen as light spreading through your body, awakening cells, dissolving fatigue, bringing you back to readiness. The world may be chaotic, but you don't have to be. Breathe right and you can stay calm even in the storm. Once your breath is steady, you've planted your feet firmly in the deck. But what else can help you draw strength from within? Imagine this: you've just woken up. Your mind still foggy. Instead of reaching for your phone, You sit up, feet on the floor, back straight, eyes gently closed. A timer is set for 3 minutes. You place your hand on your belly. Begin to inhale through your nose deeply, evenly, letting your belly rise. Then exhale through your mouth slowly, feeling your belly deflate. 1, 2, 3 full rounds of breath, and you start to feel it. Your heartbeat steadies, your mind clears, a sense of light spreads from within. No thoughts, just breath. No rush, no pressure. Just 3 minutes, enough to anchor you in the present, unshaken by the past, unafraid of the future. Those 3 minutes are your anchor for a clear, grounded day. Next, 3 moments of gratitude. Open your heart, let go of anxiety. From stillness, the next step is to awaken gratitude, an underrated spiritual force, yet a powerful antidote for the modern mind. In Stoicism, we learn to face reality as it is, to accept what's beyond our control, and to value what we already have. Gratitude is the highest expression of awareness. Think of 3 things from your pasts that you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand, they just have to be real. It could be someone who believed in you at the right moment, a small win after a long effort, or a cozy evening shared with loved ones. Picture it again, feel it, and smile. Gratitude is so powerful because you can't be grateful and angry at the same time. You can't feel thankful and fearful at once. When gratitude rises, everything else steps aside. Gratitude is the gateway to peace, the light that melts away shadows of shame, fear, or envy. And only when you feel you already have enough are you truly ready to dream of more. You're still sitting after 3 minutes of breathing. Now gently bring your mind to the recent past. The first image comes up. Yesterday, a colleague helped you finish a tough task right on time, and you silently thank them, knowing not everyone would do that. Next, you recall a simple dinner with your parents, the way their eyes softened when they saw you eating well, an ordinary moment, yet complete. Finally, you remember standing under the late afternoon sun, just after finishing your workout. You felt stronger, lighter, and proud of your own consistency. 3 images, 3 emotions, 3 moments your heart softened, and suddenly you realize when your heart is full of gratitude, there's no room for heaviness or resentment. Lastly, 3 goals to visualize. Plant the seeds of action in the mind. After calming the body and opening the heart, you now have a solid foundation to move into the 3rd step, visualization. Not wishful thinking, but a Stoic's practice of strategic mindset. Choose 3 goals you deeply desire to achieve. Then close your eyes and imagine you've already reached them. See it, feel it as if it's already done. What does that feel like? What's the light like? The sounds, the emotions around you. Stoics often use premeditation melorum, imagining obstacles ahead so they won't be caught off guard when they appear. But you can also reverse that principle. Picture success to rewire your brain toward positive action. You will face challenges, but you won't be surprised because you've seen it, lived it as the strongest version of yourself right from the morning. That visualization is the final point of the 3-3 sequence, but it's also the starting point of a day with direction. You open your eyes, look straight ahead, and begin to visualize. First goal, nail the important presentation this afternoon. You see yourself standing in front of your colleagues, speaking clearly, confidently, every eye focused on you. You feel pride after the applause. Next, you picture the end of the workday. You step out of the office feeling light, ready to hit the gym. You see yourself focused, strong, not giving up halfway. And finally, You picture yourself tonight, writing a few lines in your journal, smiling because you lived the day fully, without missing a beat. Each goal is felt as if it has already happened. That's how you don't just dream. You activate your mind for action, channeling your entire day's energy toward what truly matters to you. So when the three forces align, you become the center of your new day. Breath brings you into the present. Gratitude opens your heart. Visualization leads your action. 3 practices, 3 minutes each. Not just a warm-up, but the mental framework for your entire day. When you repeat the 3-3-3 sequence daily, you don't just live better, you live with intention. You don't react, you choose. You're not swept away by the world. You stay grounded in yourself. Radiate energy, which means you don't keep that energy to yourself. You share it in how you speak, in what you do, and in how you treat others, and slowly people will start to feel that from you. Start, repeat, own it. Every journey begins with a first step, and no step is simpler, more affordable, yet more powerful than this 10-minute morning practice. Breathe in, breathe out, give thanks, visualize. Each action is small, but daily repetition leads to massive transformation. You have power over your mind. Don't let the outside world decide your mood. Start from within, from you every day. Now it's your turn. Try the 3-3-3 sequence starting tomorrow morning. Don't aim for perfection. Just do it. And once you start, share it with others, so we can build a mindful, positive, and proactive community together. What are you grateful for today? Drop a moment or an I am affirmation you'd like to send into the universe in the comments below. And don't forget to follow the next video, where I'll show you how to maintain this high vibe state all day long, even when things don't go your way. See you soon. And remember, listen to this every day. Repeat, practice, own it. Number 3, overcome fear and maintain optimal state. Can you truly live a full day if you begin it in fear? Can you make sound decisions when your mind is clouded by anxiety? The truth is, fear is not the enemy. It's a signal that something important lies ahead. But to keep fear from taking over, you have to learn how to master it. This is where Stoic philosophy and modern science intersect, where you find the tools not only to understand fear, but to take control of your inner state. Fear begins in the body. When you're stressed, cortisol spikes, your breath becomes shallow, and your heart races. Logic shuts down. You react instead of respond. Your brain switches to survival mode, and in that moment, you're most likely to procrastinate, retreat, or act impulsively. But remember this, you can take control of your body, and by doing so, reset your mind. That's the principle behind the power pose, a simple but powerful tool backed by science and used by wise thinkers for thousands of years. Stand up, plant your feet firmly on the ground, place your hands on your hips like a superhero. Hold that position for 2 minutes. According to Harvard research, just doing this can increase your testosterone levels by over 20% and reduce cortisol by more than 22%. This isn't magic, it's biology. And the best part, biology serves your will when you know how to use it. The key is this: when you change your body, you change your mental state. When you stand like someone confident, you start to think like someone confident. When you breathe steadily, speak with a calm and clear voice, and lock in with steady eye contact, your brain reads those signals and adjusts your emotions. That's why athletes stand still for a moment before entering the field, taking deep breaths, holding a grounded posture. It's not because they're fearless. It's because they choose to rise above fear with intention. Posture is just the first step. To maintain your peak state throughout the day, you need a ritual, a morning priming routine. The first 10 minutes of your day will shape your entire energy flow. Start with 3 minutes of gratitude. Think of something you have that money can't buy: your eyesight, your ability to move, the presence of your parents, the support of your friends. Gratitude doesn't make you weak. It brings you back to the present, where your true strength lives. Then take 3 minutes for prayer or heartfelt connection. This isn't about religion. Just think of someone you love, someone you want to send positive energy to. When your mind expands beyond yourself, you realize you're not alone, and that creates a powerful feedback loop. The more you connect, the more at peace you feel. Next, spend 3 minutes visualizing success, not daydreaming. Visualizing with clarity what you're doing, why it matters, and what will happen when you achieve it. Don't just say, "I want to succeed." Picture yourself walking into that meeting with confidence, speaking with clarity and conviction, walking out with a smile because you know you just moved closer to your goal. Imagination is the strongest training tool you have if you know how to use it. Take a look at one of the most influential leaders of the modern world, Tony Robbins. He doesn't start his mornings by checking emails or reading the news. He starts with a ritual he calls priming, a series of steps to reset his mental and physical state. Every morning, Tony spends about 10 minutes doing rhythmic breathing, focusing on gratitude, connecting with positive energy, and visualizing in detail what he wants to create that day. Tony once said, "If you don't have 10 minutes for yourself, you don't have a life." That's not just a catchy phrase. It's a wake-up call, because he understands this. If you don't actively create the state you want, life will push you in whatever direction it wants, and most of the time it won't be the one you'd choose. For Tony Robbins, someone who has coached presidents, top CEOs, and millions of others, a morning mental routine isn't optional. It's foundational, and if someone with a schedule as packed as his still makes time for it, so can you. You deserve those 10 minutes. And the truth is, you need them, because the world keeps pulling you toward chaos. News alerts, deadlines, unanswered messages. If you don't take control and set your own state, it will set one for you. And when that happens, fear creeps back in, disguised as stress, anxiety, poor procrastination. You can sit still and let fear take over, or you can stand up, stretch, reset your posture, and begin again. The power pose is your starting point. The priming routine is your launch pad. Then comes you, focused, confident, and calm with every step you take. But remember, this only works if you repeat it daily. Just like building muscle, mental strength needs training. Just because you feel confident today doesn't mean it will carry into tomorrow. Confidence must be nurtured. It's not a given. So each morning, give yourself 10 minutes. No phone, no noise, just you, your body, your mind. Stand tall, breathe deep, close your eyes, feel gratitude, pray, visualize, then open your eyes, ready to act. You might ask, can just a few minutes really change me? The answer is, it's not the minutes that change you. It's the fact that you chose to own them instead of letting them pass meaninglessly. That's what changes you. And remember this, fear never fully disappears, but it no longer controls you. Like a sailor who can't stop the waves but learns to steer the ship, you too can learn to live with fear and still move forward. And when you do that, you don't just overcome fear, you reshape who you are. Stand up, choose the state you want, and start today like a calm warrior. Now try it. Get up, reset your posture, play this again tomorrow morning. Repeat, then repeat again, until fear is no longer a wall but a sign that you're headed in the right direction. Number 4, plan and hold yourself accountable. Every day is a silent battle with emotions, choices and expectations you carry from the past. But you can't chart a new path if you're still stuck in the wreckage you've yet to clear. Before making any plans, you need to do something that may seem simple, but is actually revolutionary. Recover. Emotional recovery is not avoidance. It's not forgetting. It's the process of looking directly at your wounds, calling them by their name, and then consciously letting them go. You can say to yourself each morning, I heal from what I said, from what was said to me. You can't control what others have done or said, but you can control how you allow those things to live in your mind. In the Stoic spirit, this is the practice of apatheia, a state of not being swept away by negative emotions, not because you're cold, but because you choose peace. Seneca wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. That quote is a mirror. How many times have you replayed a criticism, a failure, until it became an invisible chain pulling you down? Stoicism teaches that if you control how you think about an event, you control its power over you. So the first step every morning is healing. So every plan that follows is built on clarity and strength. From recovery, you gain insight. Stoicism doesn't glorify avoiding mistakes. On the contrary, it demands that you face failure head-on, not to shame yourself, but to learn and improve. A true Stoic never repeats the same mistake twice. Ask yourself, how did I react when I was insulted yesterday? Did I lie to avoid trouble? What am I putting off right now? Write it down. Don't keep it in your head where emotion distorts truth. Review each action like a clear-eyed investigator. No excuses, no hiding. When you're brave enough to learn from yourself, you evolve. A Stoic sees every experience as a lesson, whether it's personal failure or observing someone else. As Epictetus said, difficulties show men what they are. And often the lesson hides in the place you least want to look. From a place of recovery and reflection, it's time to plan and hold yourself accountable. This isn't about scribbling a few bullet points for show. This is a sacred act. When you write down a goal, you move it from the realm of thought into the real world. It's no longer a vague idea. It becomes a tangible commitment with shape, with weight, with meaning. A prime example is Jeff Weiner, former CEO of LinkedIn. Throughout his leadership tenure, Jeff was known for one simple yet powerful habit: buffer time, time to clear the mind. Each morning he would spend a few quiet minutes with his notebook. No emails, no meetings, just reflecting on the previous day, learning from it, and setting his priorities. He called it his mental clarity ritual, a moment to cleanse the mind before diving into the demands of the day. Jeff shared that those 5 quiet minutes each morning made him calmer, more decisive, and less distracted, allowing him to make sharper decisions for a team of thousands. For him, running a billion-dollar company didn't begin with the first email. It began with inner clarity, and planning is just the first step. More important is having a system of accountability, a circle of accountability. Share your goals with a friend, a buddy who checks in with you at the end of the day and asks, did you do? The simple knowledge that someone else will follow up makes you take your commitments more seriously. Many followers of this channel have started by creating a Stoic checklist, ticking off a few key actions every day. Did I breathe deeply for 3 minutes? Did I write down one thing I'm grateful for? Did I face one fear today? Did I plan and commit to one action? You don't need to do too much, but you need to do it consistently. When you plan and hold yourself accountable, you're not just taking control of your day, you're training your mind to be clear, steady, and committed. Because in the end, you won't live by inspiration, you'll live by the system you build. You can't always predict tomorrow, but you can prepare for it. You don't need to change the world overnight. Just start by writing down what you'll do, and make sure you actually do it. Confidence doesn't come from believing you're strong. It comes from keeping your word to yourself day after day. And now that you've learned how to heal, grow, and plan with responsibility, there's one final piece. Reflect and adapt. No plan is perfect without review. No progress is real without adjustment. So before you go to bed tonight, ask yourself, did I live in alignment with my values? What do I need to improve? What am I most proud of today? Step 5 is your nightly ritual, a ritual of reflection to end your day with intention and meaning. Don't skip it. In the next part, you'll learn how to reflect, adapt, and evolve, and you'll understand why sometimes the quietest moment before sleep is when your mind becomes the clearest. Number 5, reflect and adapt. At the end of the day, ending the day shouldn't just mean turning off the lights and collapsing into bed. For someone living by the Stoic mindset, it's a sacred moment to reflect, evaluate, learn, and mentally prepare for a better day ahead. If the morning is when you launch yourself into the world with strong intention, then the evening is when you return to yourself to understand more deeply what's truly going on inside. It's not passive repetition, but an act of self-renewal, not for self-blame, but for growth. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, did this every night in meditations. He often wrote short notes to himself asking, what did I do well today? Where did I fall short? How can I improve next time? His journaling was never elaborate. It was simple, direct, and brutally honest. That honesty with himself is what helped make him a great leader, because he understood himself before expecting anyone else to change. And so can you. Every night is an opportunity to practice what Marcus Aurelius once wrote. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Don't waste time debating what it means to be a good person. Live like one, starting by asking yourself, did I live right today? This kind of inner audit isn't some abstract ideal. On the contrary, it's incredibly practical. In today's fast-paced, pressure-filled, and distraction-heavy world, just 5 to 10 minutes of quiet at the end of the day is like an antidote for your mind. It's your chance to slow down and reclaim control. You look at yourself not through a lens of judgment but through objective observation. You don't just notice your actions, you start to understand the emotions behind them. This practice builds self-awareness, one of the core pillars of Stoic living. When you know what you're doing and why you're reacting the way you do, you gain real freedom to choose, rather than be dragged around by emotion. For example, you might realize that your anger earlier wasn't just caused by the other person. It came from being tired and sleep-deprived. Or you avoided an important call not because you were too busy, but because you feared the outcome. These small realizations are light, and light always sets you free, especially when paired with a structured routine like the 3 evening questions. This practice becomes even clearer. What did I do well today? Write down at least 2 things, no matter how small. Maybe you stayed patient with someone difficult, drank enough water, or completed part of a task on time. Every good thing is proof that you're on the right track. Where did I slip up? Write it out honestly without excuses. Did you lie to avoid conflict? Procrastinate because you didn't want to face something. Note the feelings, the cause and the consequence. Not to beat yourself up, but to understand more deeply. What will I do tomorrow to be better? This is the turning point. It goes beyond self-awareness. You take 1 to 2 specific actions, like waking up 10 minutes earlier to meditate, setting reminders to drink water, or prepping slides for a meeting in advance. Writing these things down takes less than 10 minutes, but the impact can last for years. You begin to notice recurring behavior patterns, and from there you take control. You're not just living, you're living with intention. Another powerful practice is the view from above technique. Imagining yourself from a higher vantage point, like an observer watching your entire day unfold. In this state, you detach from your personal emotions and see the day as a neutral series of actions. You're not a failure or a success. You are a human being, learning and progressing. This mindset helps you develop adaptive thinking free from ego, no longer pulled into "I'm terrible" or "I'm already good." You simply see what to keep, what to let go of, and how tomorrow could be different. Picture yourself sitting on top of a mountain, looking back at your day. The emotions, anger, joy, worry, and excitement are now just clouds drifting below. You see the full landscape, not just a single moment. This teaches you self-compassion, but not complacency. The kind of compassion Stoicism encourages, recognizing that you're not perfect, but always committed to improvement. And you don't have to do this alone. If you have someone to walk with you, a close friend, a mentor, or someone you trust, share a brief reflection about your day. A simple message like, "Today, I stayed calm when criticized but reacted harshly to a colleague. Tomorrow I'll take a deep breath before speaking." That alone carries the power of connection and keeps you accountable to yourself. If they're open to it, ask them to check in with you at the end of the week. Did you keep your promise to yourself this week? That question isn't for judgment. It's to help you stay aligned with your values, even as life outside keeps getting louder. You see, reflect and adapt isn't a dull routine. It's your inner compass. It keeps you from drifting through life on autopilot. It tells you where you are, where you're heading, and what needs to change. This habit is a long-term investment, where each day you become a sharper, calmer, braver version of yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest. You don't need to change the whole world. You just need to change how you respond to it. And that alone changes everything. Marcus Aurelius didn't wait for the perfect moment to reflect on his day. He wrote in chaos, in war, under the weight of leading an empire. If he could do it, then you, even in your busy life, can spare 5 to 10 minutes before bed to live your day with intention. And then each night won't be an ending. It'll be the beginning of a better self. Tomorrow, start tonight, and repeat every night. So you've completed the 4-step Stoic morning practice, from affirming yourself, connecting with your breath and gratitude, facing your fears, to taking intentional action. If you truly dedicate just 10 minutes each day to yourself, you'll witness something remarkable: a clearer mind, stronger willpower, and a sense of control over your life that no longer feels out of reach. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and you are the one who chooses that quality every single day." Have you started today with your inner strength? How have you changed after a week of practice? Share your first reflections after 7 days in the comments below. I'll read every word. And don't forget, replay this video each morning. Go through the 4-step practice and watch your life transform day by day. Wake up, rise up, and become the hero of your own life. And if you're wondering, how do I keep this motivation going? Stay tuned for the next video where I'll share how to maintain your stoic mindset every day.